Even as a young boy, Christian Slater could charm an audience. At age 9, he hit the Broadway boards in The Music Man. At 13, he took on the title role in Oliver. Fast forward to age 18, Slater portrayed the murderous cult leader in the film Heathers and has virtually worked non-stop since. He starred in Young Guns 2, Pump Up the Volume, Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, and Mobsters. Within minutes of sitting down with Slater at the St. James Club in Los Angeles, it became clear that this affable and candid actor also has a devilish sense of humor. I can't really surprise you because you're into these pillows so much that you were looking behind my pillows.
Yeah.
You know it's there. You know it's there.
I can see through everything.
Gosh,
I
but...
don't want to make you uncomfortable or anything, but, you know.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm able to, like, detect things.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I'm impressed.
It's a skill I've developed.
Okay, now, switch into your acting mode. Because you're going to act surprised here.
Yes, yes. I don't know what's coming.
Ta-da!
Oh, my God!
It's a little miniature Christian.
Ludicrous. Ludicrous.
So, you're much better looking, of course.
Than this thing or this picture? Oh, it's just
the
hilarious.
doll. I mean, the doll, it's great that you have that because you
I don't know what it is about this doll, but every single one that they make, my nose is always pressed up against the plastic, so it's like it's flat.
So you once said that if you knew you had made it once you got an action figure.
Yeah, I mean, this is like, I think, bigger than the, you know, Academy Awards, personally. I mean, I used to collect these things when I was a kid, so to actually be one now is sort of almost surreal. It's a little bizarre. I don't know. I always get the feeling if I get a sharp pain in my back or through my head, some kid is jabbing a hot needle through one of my dolls or something. It's a sick thought, but, you know, that's the kind of thing. It's a little weird. Because I know I burned a few of them when I was growing up. I, you know, had the little Luke Skywalker and the land speeder, and I would, you know, pour the little gasoline on it and send it flying and in flames. So I don't know what kids are going to do with this, but I think it's pretty neat, pretty amazing, pretty amazing.
Now, take your doll. Who would you put it next to? Which other dolls, which other action figures would you put yours next to?
Well, I mean, I guess I like have a whole shelf, you know, displaying all the toys I've collected through the years. You know, I have, yeah, just every Star Wars action figure ever made. So he'll probably just go right in there and, you know, be beating up Darth Vader or somebody. You know, I am now an action figure. It's very, very strange, peculiar.
Can we just do one little quick thing? Put your nose like this way.
Oh no, that's where
like
it is. It's a right.
Touch my nose.
No,
go
it's
ahead.
right. Touch your nose. Ooh, look at how weird. That's very bizarre. What? That's good. I like it.
Okay, look, here we go. We're going to do this interview now. You know, you mentioned earlier about how you can't believe all of this and how you had such a wonderful life. You've had such a wonderful life so far, and I'm sure it'll continue. Age 16, you were working with Sean Connery?
Yeah. Yeah, that was pretty amazing. I mean, that was, like I said, that really was a dream come true. Sean Connery, he was somebody I grew up with, just idolized as a kid. I mean, I thought James Bond was the coolest, you know. I mean, this wasn't necessarily the James Bond kind of movie I would have liked to have really been in, you know. I mean, he had no hair. I remember I was also a really big fan of William Shatner, you know. I thought William Shatner was like the coolest guy around. I was always Captain Kirk when I was a kid, and oh God, I don't know if I should really reveal this, you know. William Shatner is my favorite, okay? I loved him. When I was a kid growing up, I thought he was great. And my mother, you know, she's in the business also, she was friends with his agent, right? So I went to the office one day. I was about 8 years old, I suppose. And, you know, I was going to go get this signed picture of William Shatner. And the agent asked me, I was 8 years old, he said, well, would you like a picture with or without hair? I mean, that's brutal, you know, that's brutal.
And you chose?
I chose the hair, yes, definitely.
Christian, you didn't just start in film. You didn't just all of a sudden pop on TV or appear in movies. I mean, you have a pretty extensive theatrical background. Could you talk about that?
Well, I mean, I was born and raised in New York, so I guess the first opportunity came for me after I did this talk show with my mother. It was the Joe Franklin talk show, and director Michael Kidd discovered me on the show and called me in to meet Dick Van Dyke and himself and for the Music Man. That's what they were doing. And I went in, I sang Zippity Doo Dah, and I guess the rest is history. You know, that was my big break.
Wells Fargo Wagon?
Wells Fargo Wagon, yeah.
Remember any of that?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Can you do some?
Well, no, not anymore, no. Arsenio, you know, my mother really brutalized me one night with, I was on Arsenio Hall, and she had given him a tape of me singing Gary, Indiana. That was a really nice touch. I felt very, very uncomfortable about that. But I love her. She's my mother, so she's forgiven.
Has she ever told you, Christian, listen, you're not, your mother, Mary Jo Slater, is a casting director.
Mm-hmm.
So has she ever said to you, Christian, I'm sorry, you're just not right for that role. Don't even try out for it. Don't go up for that.
No, she's really been very, very supportive in anything I've really ever chosen to do, except, I mean, the initial decision to become an actor. I mean, that was something she really just didn't see for my future, I suppose. You know, I guess she had dreams of me doing something a little bit more stable, you know, a doctor, you know, psychiatrist, I don't know.
Right.
Yeah, but that really wasn't for me. So she really fought me tooth and nail. I mean, I had to really beg her to let me go and do The Music Man. That was a difficult one for her. And then leaving town, you know, for 9 months, that was not easy for me. You know, she couldn't come with me. She was working, so I begged and pleaded for her to get me out of this show, you know. Then we got to Reno, Nevada, you know, and I wasn't very good. I was waving at people in the audience and
while you were on stage?
Yeah, while I was on stage. I really didn't know what staying in character was all about. I had no idea what any of that stuff entailed. But fortunately, the director and I think my mother, when she did come down and visit, she helped me quite a bit there, you know, just sort of focusing, and also all the other people involved in the show. I mean, I really, I've been fortunate. I've kept just a lot of the friends I've worked with in the theater. You know, I mean, I pretty much spend, if they're not working, you know, I try and spend as much time as I can with them. And when I go to work on a film, I have, you know, one particular friend that I really, you know, is an older guy. His name's Dan Laurie. He plays the father in The Wonder Years. Mm-hmm. But he and I have been friends since I was about 10. So
you're a good friend.
He and I have worked on, I guess, every film I've ever done. We sit down and just try and, you know, break down the character and just really work on it, just to try and make it as natural as possible for me.
But when you're not going over characters, what do you do? Do you guys go to movies? Do you like to go to concerts?
Oh yeah. I do a lot of that sort of thing. Go to movies and I pretty much, you know, I just saw Thelma and Louise last night. You know, I mean, I go to the movies all the time. You know, nobody. Actually, I went last night and I was standing outside having a smoke, you know, before the film proceeded, and this woman came over to me and asked me to get on the phone with her daughter. I just think it's hilarious, all these mothers, you know, wanting me to speak to their daughters. That's something, you know, usually a 21-year-old doesn't get the opportunity to experience.
Did you do it?
Yeah, I did it, and I wished her a happy birthday. So, you know, and then I signed the little "To Amy," you know, so that was nice. That always feels, you know, pretty cool. I like it.
Do you think you'll keep the innocence? I mean, you have such a refreshing attitude, such a refreshing personality. For instance, getting on the phone and saying happy birthday to Amy.
Yeah.
Do you think you'll keep that?
Well, I mean, that's I would like to. Yeah, I don't have any intentions of giving that up. You know, I mean, that is, I suppose, you know, some of some of who I am, but then there are also those other moments where I'm not, you know, very innocent, and I pretty much do know what I'm doing. So.
You? Not innocent?
You know, it's difficult to believe, but no, it's, yeah, there are some moments where I'm a little bit more in control, I suppose.
Sitting here and looking at you, your eyes are so bright and fresh, and they're so refreshing again. But Christian wasn't always so together as you are now.
Cue publicist. Here she comes. Oh boy, this is her nails grow out. I'm sorry, Susan. No. So what do you mean?
What do you want to talk about? Let's just say that. I mean, you know what I'm getting at.
Yeah. No, ask whatever you like.
Let me just ask you.
Well,
this.
yeah, I guess basically the eyes were not always as bright. I guess they were pretty dim for a while. You know, I mean, I suppose I spent you know, I guess a good 5 or 6 years in a coma, I suppose. You know, so coming out of that was kind of you know, you know how parents always put it that you're going to go through a rude awakening one day, and you always look at me, you don't know what you're talking about, you know. Now, it's true. I mean, it's true. The parents, they just seem to know.
Yeah.
And I'm very grateful that my mother, you know, put up with me through whatever stage of life it was I was going through. But yeah, I you know, I hope that to keep all that sort of stuff behind me, you know, one day at a time. I mean, that's pretty much sort of the route I've been taking. I mean, I guess I'm definitely not a saint in any way, but I don't do things to risk my life or anybody else's anymore. You know, I mean, I used to think that was a good way to you know, sort of become I mean, honestly, kind of like a legendary character. You know, I mean, you look at all the idols. You know, like James Dean, you know, I mean, he lived fast and died young, and you know, I guess that sort of thing gets implanted in your brain somehow, and you want to try and match that. But I think it makes a lot more sense to stick around and you know, try and, you know, I mean, the guy only did 3 movies. I'd like to do, you know, a few more than that. You know, I'd like to, you know, I'm enjoying what I'm doing. You know, I don't want to, you know, kill myself off. And that was definitely the route I was going.
So would you say you're a spiritual person now?
Well, I mean, I've always, you know, I guess believed in God, but no, I'm not becoming the character I played in Name of the Rose or anything, you know. Even though he wasn't a saint either, so I guess I could become that character and be all right. But yeah, no, I feel a little bit more grounded, you know, than I've felt as the old Christian. The old Christian.
Do you have brothers and sisters?
I'm only 21. How could there be an old Christian?
Well, there is.
That's ludicrous. I love it.
Do you have brothers and sisters?
Yes, I have an eight-year-old brother, and I have a stepsister and a stepbrother. Stepsister's 12, and stepbrother's 13, I think. My mother just got remarried. Yes, to a wonderful man, really nice guy.
Is there someone back in New York, one of your friends from childhood, say when you were 8 years old, your buddy Jason or someone who you called and said, man, you won't believe this. Do you know what I'm doing? You know?
Well, I suppose, yeah, I do that all the time. I've got a lot of friends from high school, and I call them, and they're just, you know, I'm baffled by the whole thing. But yeah, they seem to be, you know, very, very happy for me. You know, I've made some friends, I guess, in the past few months that I'm very, very close with. You know, I sort of more along my age range, and it's kind of nice because they go to college, they live a totally different life. So it's good to get that sort of mix going, I suppose.
But if they're in college, you're not able to go to their frat parties with them, are you?
Well, I haven't been invited yet. You know, I would go if they invited me. You know, I have a good time, you know, going to those sorts of functions and seeing what happens, seeing what trouble I can, you know, get myself into.
Christian, to prepare for your role in Mobsters, did you have to take any courses in Italian dialect or anything like
Tough
that?
guyness or anything? Well, I was raised in New York. You know, I know a lot of Italians in New York. So I pretty much used a lot of their characteristics. You know, that I sort of grew up with. I stole a lot from them. They're very, very tough guys. And then as far as research for the character of Lucky Luciano, Universal was very helpful, because I was shooting Robin Hood, and we were only going to get about, I think, 5 days to rehearse for Mobsters. So there wasn't a lot of prep time allotted me here. So they were very helpful. In fact, they sent me all the reading materials and research, you know, that I could possibly get my hands on.
Is it true, all the rumors about personality clashes on the set of Mobsters?
No, it's all a lie. Yeah, it's pretty much, you know how the press likes to take certain things and run with it. But yeah, I guess that's pretty much all been exaggerated. I mean, and sometimes a lot of those stories can come about on a difficult day of shooting, you know, where a journalist might be there, and where it's a particularly difficult day and you're involved in a certain scene, and a journalist can ask a certain question and get sort of a weird response. But basically, I mean, my relationship between all of those guys has remained, you know, very, very close. In particular, I guess Costas Mandylor, I really enjoyed working with him.
Is that good for you as an actor, that you have, let's say, graduated to playing more manly men, as I said?
More manly characters. Yeah. I love playing those characters. I don't think I could really go back to doing that now. But yeah, I mean, I guess what I'm saying is I'm grateful for the opportunity that you know, I've been given to move on, you know, and to have that, you know, in my past. Mm-hmm. You know, you know, because this acting thing is definitely something I've wanted to do all my life, and it's something I intend to continue to do, you know, for the rest of my life. So I guess I've been growing along with the parts I've been given, I suppose.
But it's been nice talking to you, and I'm so sorry that I couldn't surprise you, because you looked behind my pillow before starting.
I did.
What is this thing about pillows, by the way?
Oh yeah, the pillows. These journalists, they write everything, you know. You say things, they tell you it's off the record, and then they print it, you know. But I'm proud to say that I think I go along with a lot of people growing up, that I did get very close to my pillow when I was a kid. And my mattress, too. Now I'm closer to my mattress. I've grown up. I have a big pillow.
Oh, a real big pillow.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, there you go.
So it's nice talking to you, really.
Nice talking to you, too.
Nice to meet you. And we're going to go and have soda one day, so we can talk off the record.
Exactly. Yeah.
See you later.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Whew. That was a funny one. My God.